Trip to remember. Spring break of my 8th grade year, I went on an amazing trip with my mom, sister, and some friends for a total of 4 moms and 5 teenage girls. We woke up at 2 a.m. and all loaded into a 12-passenger van and headed off to Orange Beach, Alabama. The car ride went by fast for the girls because if we were not sleeping, we were watching movies or listening to music. Before we knew it, we were already in Alabama. We arrived around 7 p.m. to Orange Beach, Alabama. We found our way to our condo and made our way up to the 14th floor with all of our bags. After unpacking and getting situated, the girls went to see all the amazing things we could experience during the week. The temperature outside was much warmer in Alabama than it was in Michigan. We probably looked funny when we got out of the car with our sweatpants and sweatshirts on. Instead of going swimming in the dark, scary ocean, we went swimming in the pools at our condo. At our condo, there was 2 pools, a small one and a large one. While we were swimming, we started talking to some people who were sitting on their balcony. We then went from the large pool to what we thought was the hot tub. It wasn't hot, so we asked the guys who were standing on their balcony. "Why isn't this hot tub hot?" asked Mackenzie. "It isn't a hot tub, it's a kiddie pool," said one of the boys on the balcony, laughing. After that embarrassing but funny moment, we decided it was time to go to bed. During the day, we laid on the hot sand, tanning under the bright sun, laying on the beach, listening to the waves crashing on the shore, and looking out to see dolphins swimming in the distance was one of the most amazing things, and we never wanted it to end. After many hours of enjoying our paradise on the beach, we would always go do something fun. The first night, we went for a boat ride to see dolphins. The dolphins were so much cuter swimming in the waves of the boat. They almost knew we were all there to watch them, so they would jump and do tricks for us. The second night, we went back into town to the souvenir shops to buy fun things to take home from our amazing trip. There was tons of little shops with all the same things to buy in the same shops in a million places. You could stand on the corner of our street and see the same store at least 4 times. All the girls bought cute, colorful bracelets for our friends and Orange Beach, Alabama sweatshirts. It only took us the whole week to decide what sweatshirt we were going to get and made sure no one was getting the same one as anyone else. The next day, my mom, sister, and I met my grandma for lunch at a little seafood restaurant. The smell of seafood flooded out of the restaurant like an ocean wave. Colorful fish swam around a little pond as kids fed them, and big glass windows allowed the sun to shine in. It was amazing to see my grandma since she moved back to Alabama 2 years ago when my grandpa died, and tell her everything that had happened in those 2 years. That night, when we arrived back at our condo, we met up with everyone else. We decided that we were all sick of laying in the sun all day and decided to stay inside and watch movies together. It's funny to think we traveled 18 hours in a car just to watch movies, but it was nice to relax and enjoy our last couple of days together. After watching movies, the 5 girls went for a nice walk on the beach. The beach seemed like a completely different place at night. There was only a couple of groups of people, most of them fishing, but not near as packed as it was during the day. The sound of the ocean waves was so relaxing, but looking out into the black ocean at night was almost more creepy than anything. The day we were all dreading was finally here, and we tried to pack so much into the last day, but we really needed to stop and enjoy what we had in this great experience. The forecast called for rain, but thankfully it only rained at night, so we could still enjoy the ocean. All the girls decided since we stayed on the ocean for a week, we should probably go swimming in the ocean. The waves were huge, and I was so scared. I had a huge fear of sharks, and even though there were tons of other people swimming, it still made me nervous. I stayed close enough that the water went a little higher than my knees, but when the waves came, you would be knocked off your feet. We all rushed after getting knocked over by one wave to stand up before the next one came. After our fun time in the ocean, we went out for a last night family dinner. We went to a fun little restaurant on the border of Alabama and Florida called Florabama. It was an old, rusty restaurant that was not very organized. There were people everywhere and no one to take your order, but it was still cool to be in 2 places at once. We woke up at 5 a.m. to come back to Comstock Park so we could get home at a reasonable time. The way back home seemed so much longer than the way there. At least we had something to look forward to on the way there. No one wanted our fun to come to an end. The girls slept most of the time again, but we were so uncomfortable we wanted to be home in our own beds. We also had more to bring home than we had brought there because of the things we bought, so we had less space. Even though our fun time and good memories came to an end, we enjoyed our time together. We learned to be thankful to have great friends and being able to get along for a week. We spent spring break together the year before and never thought we would be able to do it again and still have this much fun, but we did. So we learned to enjoy the little things in life, even if we drove for hours just to watch movies. It was a good break from school, and we could have been home the entire week.